Hey guys, so I've had my hands on the brand new Macbook Pro with Touch Bar for a week now, which I think is a reasonable time to offer a review. I went for the 13.3-inch Pro in silver because it's classic. The space grey is really nice though. I didn't spec it up because I've got my iMac for my main tasks. So I bought the basic model, which has 8GB of RAM, an Intel i5 processor, and a 256GB solid state drive, so let's get started. First up, the MacBook weighs just 1.37 kg, and is 14.9mm at its thinnest point, which is one of the reasons it looks so good, and it's perfect for portability. But by thinning the laptop, Apple compromised on things that we still use. There are 4 USB-C Thunderbolt ports and an audio jack, but there is no SD card slot, no Displayport, and the worst of it is there are no USB ports, not even one. I'm all for moving to the future, but I think Apple moved a little too quickly this time, especially because USB ports are still used quite heavily. I'm not too fussed on the other ones though, but at least one USB port would have been ideal. Instead, I had to purchase this USB-C to USB adapter so I could still hook up my external hard drive for backups, so yeah, that was a little disappointing. When I opened the lid to the MacBook, I noticed the huge Force trackpad immediately. It works really well and performs different actions based on the pressure that you apply. For example, a single tap on a hyperlink takes you to the linked page, but really clicking into the trackpad shows you a preview of the page instead, which I think is a pretty cool feature. Just to show you the difference, here it is against the 2011 13-inch MacBook Pro. The keys on the keyboard are different to what I'm used to. They're very flat compared to the older MacBook, so typing on it definitely felt different, but typing is still quite loud, which is kind of annoying. And over to the coolest feature of the MacBook. Whilst a lot of people see it as a gimmick, it really isn't. It's a cool new way of interacting with your laptop and makes it so much easier doing things, like switching tabs on a browser, sending a text message, skipping a video, and so much more. I've personally found it really handy and find it's quicker to use the touch bar than to navigate the cursor on the trackpad to select options. I'm most definitely glad I went for the touch bar version of the Pro. Oh, and you can customize the touch bar too, so all in all, it's awesome. Moving across to the end of the touch bar is the fingerprint sensor. Apple finally brought Touch ID to the Mac, but it also works as a power button. Whilst you can't use it to log in when you boot up the MacBook, you can do so when you wake it up after being in sleep mode. You can also use it to install software and make secure online purchases. I love it. As for performance, the MacBook Pro is quick, and I've not experienced any issues as of yet and don't expect to either. Should you buy it? It really depends. I mean, it is really expensive, and the touch bar model is a good few £100 more. The touch bar alone is definitely not worth that amount alone, but it is super cool and handy. If you're not too fussed about it, I would just go with a non-touch bar version, but if you're anything like me and prefer to have the latest in technology, then this touch bar model is for you. Aside from that, there isn't any wow factor to the new Pro. Yeah, it's light and super thin, but that doesn't justify its price. If you've got a 1 to 2 year old MacBook, I really wouldn't bother upgrading, unless of course you're willing to splash the extra cash for the touch bar, which is the Pro's biggest selling point. If you've got any questions about the new MacBook Pro, please feel free to comment below. I hope you enjoyed watching this video, hit that like button if you did, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see even more tech related content. Thank you for watching.